You've probably met that person, the one who aced every test, always knew the answer. And yet 10 years later, they're stuck in a job they hate. Meanwhile, the class clowns, the average one, somehow runs a company now. So what happened? Why do some of the brightest minds never seem to win at life? In this video, we'll uncover the hidden reasons why intelligence doesn't always equal success and what actually matters more. If you enjoy mind-bending explanations like this, make sure to subscribe. Your brain will thank you later. Let's get right into it. Number 5. The paralysis of overthinking. Smart people don't fail because they don't know they fail because they know too much. Every decision becomes a chessboard of possible consequences. While most people just jump in, they're busy running simulations in their head. If I do this, then that might happen. But if I don't, the result? Nothing happens. This is called analysis paralysis, and it's the silent killer of progress. Intelligent people see so many angles that they end up stuck in an intellectual spiderweb of their own making. They overanalyze risks, misjudge timing, and hesitate just long enough for opportunities to vanish. Ironically, their brain's biggest strength, pattern recognition, becomes the source of fear. Because when you can predict 10 ways something might go wrong, enthusiasm becomes impossible. At some point, life rewards the ones who move, not the ones who think about moving. And that's where the smart ones often trip, too busy planning the perfect leap they forget to jump. Number 4. The curse of constant comparison. Being smart often means being painfully self-aware. Your mind isn't just observing the world, it's observing you observing the world. Every achievement feels smaller because you instantly compare it to someone better. Got a promotion. Cool, but someone your age already owns a startup. Finished a big project. Nice, but a 19-year-old on YouTube just did it better and with lo-fi music. This endless mental comparison turns achievement into anxiety. It's called the intelligence trap when your awareness outgrows your ability to be content. Instead of feeling proud, you feel behind. Instead of celebrating progress, you dissect your flaws like a scientist examining bacteria. At the end of the day, success is less about IQ and more about emotional endurance, because no matter how smart you are, you can't think your way out of self-doubt. Number 3. The addiction to being right. There's a special kind of satisfaction in being the smartest person in the room until it becomes an obsession. Some highly intelligent people build their identity around being right. They correct, debate, and argue, not because they care about truth, but because their ego depends on it. Here's the problem. The moment you need to be right, you stop learning. Every conversation becomes a mental battlefield. Every disagreement feels like an attack. And slowly you become that person, brilliant but unbearable. Psychologists call this intellectual arrogance, when intelligence becomes a shield that blocks growth. It's why some geniuses never become great leaders. They'd rather be correct than connected. Being wrong doesn't make you stupid. Refusing to be wrong does. And ironically, the smartest people often make the dumbest mistake. They mistake intellect for wisdom. Number 2. The comfort zone of complexity. Smart people love complexity. The way cats love cardboard boxes, they'll climb right in and never leave. They design systems theories and 5-step models for everything, even for things that don't need one. Because complexity feels safe. It feels like control. But life doesn't care about your algorithms. Sometimes the best solution is the simplest one, and that terrifies intelligent minds. They'd rather build a labyrinth than admit that one honest conversation could fix everything. Einstein once said, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." Yet many intelligent people use complicated ideas as a way to hide from action, from risk, from vulnerability. At some point, intelligence turns into a castle made of sand, impressive to look at, but useless when the tide of real life comes in. Number 1. The fear of mediocrity. The cruel irony of intelligence is that it often comes with a terror of being average. Smart people grow up praised for their brains. You're so gifted, you're the smart one. But that label becomes a trap. Suddenly they can't fail, can't look dumb, can't be human. So they start avoiding anything that might expose them as ordinary. They don't try new things unless they're sure they'll excel. They procrastinate, not because they're lazy, but because perfectionism whispers, if it's not brilliant, don't do it. Over time, this fear erodes ambition. It's easier to never try than to risk being seen as just okay. That's why so many bright people coast in life, trapped in the illusion of potential, afraid to cash it in. Here's the brutal truth. Potential means nothing if you never convert it into action. The world doesn't pay for intelligence, it pays for courage, persistence, and results. And that's the ultimate paradox. Sometimes the smartest minds fail simply because they're too afraid to look stupid while learning. Intelligence is a tool, not a destiny. It can build rockets or excuses success or stagnation depending on who's holding it. So if you've ever felt too smart to fail but somehow keep tripping over life, maybe the problem isn't your brain. Maybe it's the story you're telling yourself about what being smart means. Because in the end, wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing when to stop thinking and start living. That's all for today. I'll make more videos like this in the future, so make sure to subscribe to catch them.